What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order leak video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about a roundup of leaks which have been posted on Reddit by Schrodinger's Witcher, and the link to this set of leaks is going to be in the description below and the comments, so you can go ahead and check them out for yourself. As always with leaks, make sure to take this with a big pinch or sack of salt, because there's a good chance these leaks are not true or are old development items or ideas which never actually got put into the game, so it's a good chance that these could be wrong. However, there is one or two things in this list of leaks which leads me to believe that it could actually be right, since this list was posted before the leaked concept art poster, and some of these leaks are actually in that poster, so it leads me to believe that some of them could actually be true about Jedi Fallen Order. But before we get fully into this list of leaks, make sure to let me know down in the comments section below if you are excited for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Make sure to smash like on this video to show support for the game on the channel, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order videos or news or leaks or whatever, anything like that. But now let's get into this list of leaks. So this list of leaks is apparently information on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from a supposed developer that was posting info about the game on the Reset Era Gaming forum. The developer then went ahead and deleted his account, so Schrodinger's Witcher decided to share the information since the developer or supposed developer no longer had an account on Reddit. Schrodinger's Witcher says to keep in mind that since he deleted his account, all his past posts in the thread were deleted, so what he's actually posted is what he remembers from what the developer said and from what is left from the replies of people to his posts. Because on Reddit, replies contain the original message content and don't get deleted, as with the original posts if someone deletes their account. So it's just a few things to bear in mind before we get fully into this list, which we're going to start and do now. The list of leaks starts with it will be canon, as with all content released by Disney since they acquired Star Wars, which is a pretty obvious one because even the Battlefront 2 campaign is canon. The next leak says that the basic story is already leaked in the wild. He has no idea where to find it, but I've got a little bit of information to add to that. He says it's going to be better and more impressive than the Battlefront 2 one, which isn't really going to be that hard to beat. I did like the story, but it wasn't really that immersive or great. It was quite short as well, I thought. But I've actually went ahead and found a leak which says that the story takes place 5 years after Revenge of the Sith, which ties into what we already know, that the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order's events are set between episodes 3 and 4. However, the leak goes on to say that the protagonist is called Cal, a Padawan who survived Order 66, and his mentor is a woman named Ceres. Or Ceres? I don't know how to say that, it's spelled C-E-R-E-S. The third leak says that there is going to be a backpack companion droid, and this is the leak that lines up with what we saw in the concept art poster. If you look at the concept art poster, you do actually see a little droid which has a resemblance to Iden Versio's droid in the Battlefront 2 campaign, and that is a backpack droid. It just comes out of her backpack whenever she wants it to do something or attack someone or something like that. And it looks like this little backpack droid in the poster could also be a backpack droid. There's no proof of that because it isn't in his backpack, but it looks small enough to be able to be one. The next leak says that the gameplay in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order will be compared to Dark Souls, and being good at parrying will help players as it did in Serco Shadows Die Twice. This is going to apparently make you feel more like a Jedi and less like you are swinging a lightsaber around in your bedroom and just hitting anything that comes into your line of sight, which is kind of how Battlefront 2's lightsaber combat feels until they updated it recently. The next leak says that you go from planet to planet. The game is not completely linear, but it's also not open world. So you get to go into an area and explore while trying to continue with the narrative, so you must get an area to sort of look around in, and then you can find things to do and then also trigger the next part of the story. He went on to say that you can have options to upgrade your equipment on new planets and in new locations, or even acquire new equipment, whether that's finding it, getting it from missions, or by purchasing it. He also went on to say that there were hints to wall running or parkour in the gameplay as well, but I really don't think that's likely. I think that's just something that's thrown in there for whatever reason. I don't think there will be parkour in a Star Wars game, but I guess we'll see what's going to happen with that when we get to find out more information about the game. He said it will aesthetically resemble Rogue One and Solo, while also having some of the prequels' flair, and I'm not really sure what that means, whether he means more exotic locations, because the prequels do tend to have more exotic, fancy locations than in Rogue One or in Solo, but I guess we'll see what happens with that when the game is revealed. He also says that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has been developed in Unreal Engine 4, which has been leaked before, so this also confirms this leak because it has been mentioned in the past. So again, it lines up with another leak, which kind of in my mind makes it a little bit more believable, but not 100% believable. We'll have to wait for the actual game, to confirm some of this. He also went on to say that it's going to be a much longer campaign than Battlefront 2. He said it's going to be much more than 5 hours, but he hasn't given a specific time frame on how long it could actually take you to complete the campaign. He went on to say that it will expand on Star Wars lore, but he or she, whoever the developer is, did tease that there will be opportunities to go back to known planets. What those planets are, we have no idea at all, but it would be cool if you could go back to somewhere like Coruscant, back to the Jedi Temple after Order 66 and see sort of what's happened there since it all went down. He then went on to mention in this leak as well, saying that the pre-made male protagonist is Cal, a Padawan who survived Order 66, and his mentor is going to be a woman named Cerise, or however you spell it, like I previously mentioned from another leak. So again, it lines up with another leak, making me think that it could actually be a believable leak, this one on Reddit. He also went on to say that there's going to be a big opening to the game, possibly during Order 66, or he did mention that there could be a big opening with the Inquisitors. I'm not really sure which one it's going to be, and he said that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order may involve the 9th Sister and or Night Sisters, though by the Redditors' own admission, they could not remember the exact details. Like I said, Inquisitors were also teased, but whether or not that was going to be a big part of the opening or just a part of the game, we don't know for sure. He went on to say it resembles Jedi Knight and Force Unleashed with a bit of Uncharted. He says it's unlikely that there will be Force ability spamming, as the Force Unleashed was mentioned to compare to the third-person type of game, rather than the abilities and that kind of gameplay which was featured in the Force Unleashed, which I don't mind too much because there was a lot of Force ability spamming going down, even by myself, in the Force Unleashed. He said there's going to be a variety of cool enemies, but didn't go into any details, so that you don't fight the same ones over and over again, making the game become really repetitive. There's going to be a fresh wave of enemies attacking you, so you have to learn and adapt. And again, it's all part of like playing like a Jedi kind of thing. You always have to learn and find more knowledge and all that kind of stuff, I think. He said as well that the developer teased that it is purely single player and there is no multiplayer at all. Whether or not this is believable though, with the route that EA is going down, I mean, EA have just recently released a lot of multiplayer games, so why they would suddenly stop and go to single player only, I'm not really sure. However, I do think a single player only Star Wars game could be really fun, so I do kind of hope in a way that they do go down that route, because I'd like to just be immersed in a new, unique Star Wars story set after Order 66 where you control a Jedi and it actually feels really Star Wars like, and like you are actually a Jedi by learning different controls to parry attacks and sort of countering that kind of thing. I'd really like that, rather than just another online game where you run around and shoot at each other. I think it could get quite boring having another game like that. But those are all of the leaks from Schrodinger's Witcher from Reddit, where he said a developer actually leaked all of this on Reddit, deleted his account, so Schrodinger's Witcher decided, why not, I'll post the leaks so to get the information out there for these Star Wars fans. Like I said, some of them do actually line up with previous leaks, and some of them do line up with the leaked concept art poster. So it does make me think that this leak could actually be believable, or at least some parts of it could be true. But again, I wouldn't take this leak as 100% gospel. I would take it with a big bag of salt, because a lot of it could be false, a lot of it could be made up, and a lot of it could be just ideas that were never actually put into the game, but were a sort of part of the development process where you come up with ideas to get the actual foundations of the game together. But I want to know what you guys think before the big reveal of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Let me know down in the comments section below if you think this leak will be true, or if you would like some parts of it to be true. Which parts would you like to actually see in the game? Also let me know your ideas for Jedi Fallen Order, and let me know if you are excited for the reveal later on. Make sure to smash a like on this video to show support for the game on the channel, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all Jedi Fallen Order gameplay videos, news, updates, all that kind of stuff. But other than that, we will see you in the next video.